Alright guys, and today we actually have we got these, vintage electronics that are hooked up. And one of these VCRs and televisions, like DVD players, CD players, audio cassette players, and etc. And I actually linked the VCRs to the first VCR was actually a Go Video Dual Deck VCR DDV 2001. And it's hooked up to the cable to my Samsung TV, and the other cable that is connected to is on that Zenith VCR, the VRC 420. Then it's hooked up to the Sony DVD player / VCR player is SLV D281P. Then, last but not least, I actually connected to the source is actually for the input is the Sanyo 4-inch high fidelity VCR VWM 700. So I gotta demonstrate it for you. So the Samsung TV is active. So now let's turn on all of the input sources. You can see the VCRs are actually used as command prompts while the VCRs is actually turned on. And I also have this Sharp CRT television. It's one of my favorite electronics so far. Let's turn it on. You can see there's a little signal pulse on the flat screen when I turn it on. Oh, and this one's connected to what I plugged in is the Sony Blu-ray player. And I also love the graphics of the TV itself. So does the TV channels. These still actually work. And one thing that I mentioned on this input is all red with all caps on the text is actually the RCA cables for the input adapter on this input that was shown here. So that is for the source of the RCA cables. It still works, but 100% it still works. So I actually have one of these VHS cameras that I actually have. I have two of them. One is a JVC and second is a Panasonic. And I also have a heck of a big collection of VHS tapes on my storage closet. So, I do actually have this VHS tapes. It is a huge collection. And so on the previous video that I recorded, it was a Windows XP laptop from 2001. So, the main problem on this Panasonic SuperDrive VCR, the tape won't, the tape is actually, it won't insert the tape, and when I press play, it still works, but when I press eject, it gets a little malfunction. So let's turn on the Zenith. As you can see the TV screen is flickering at 60 Hertz, but it's at 60 frames per second. But on this CRT TV has 30 frames per second, such as this one here, for example. Yeah, this one has 60 frames per, 30 frames per second. This TV has 30 frames per second. As you notice on my camera, you can see the optical illusion on my camera, that you could always see that. It's kind of interesting. So, let's activate the systems. So, where did this remote go? Okay, so I actually have this remote. It's actually a Go Video Dual Deck VCR remote. So, I programmed the buttons when I'm holding the TV button. Oh, come on, camera, focus. The TV button, when I'm holding it, and I pressed 0 and 1, that is the Samsung TV that is on the instruction manual. It actually works. So, let me turn on the VCR for you. It's hard to see on that, the blind, so let me put it as a good quality on the picture. So let me zoom it in. I'll turn on the VCR power. You can see it right there on the screen. On this one, if you guys seen Tyler the TriStar 2 is back on YouTube videos, he actually does have a Go Video Dual Deck VCR VHS recorder device on his YouTube videos. And so this is actually, that was shown here, the top left corner of the VHS on display is the first VHS player that is on the left. And on the right is the second VCR player that is on one unit. It's a double unit as okay, so, enough of the talking, so, here's what, and you can see the menu screen, so, so let me get that Zenith VCR remote. Oh, I think I put it on channel 1, so let's put on channel 3. And then, I'll activate the RCA cable source, auxiliary input 1. So the source is the Zenith, and you can see that I'm actually using, it's, 3 VCRs. Oh my god, my camera's really blurry. I hope you cannot see this on my screen here. The camera's way too blurry. So, it's hooked up to the 3 VCRs, the Sanyo, to the Sony, to the Zenith, and to the cable, to the TV cable, to my Go Video Dual Deck VCR device. And this is what is actually the result. So, yeah. There's a lot of things that I actually remembered. So, if you guys like this video, comment, like, and subscribe. A Charizard VHS gamer 1995, and stay happy and stay safe from the coronavirus, and also one more thing, pray for Ukraine to protect from the Russians. Hashtag save Ukraine. So yeah. So if you guys like this video, and thanks for watching.